What up, gents and ladies, if there are any watching? Today we're going to be tackling, or I'll be tackling, an exhaust leak that I have on the Flexus. And Lexus uses these circular exhaust gaskets, and not like your typical ones that you see. I guess like the actual flanged ones. I think that's the right name. But yeah, so gonna tackle that today. May even tackle the steering rack bushings. I got Figs Engineering steering rack bushings, and then I also have a white line bushings as well. But I got that one for the passenger side, because the passenger side is polyurethane, or OEM is rubber. I sold a white line polyurethane one because obviously I don't really make solid ones for. You'll see. And then the Figs one I ordered because they're solid steering rack bushings. So we're gonna install. The white line one I already installed like a little while ago, a couple days ago actually. The Figs one I'm going to install today, as well as the exhaust gaskets. I've already like drenched all of the bolts I know I'm going to hit this morning when I jacked up the car. And it's getting later in the day, so we're going to go ahead and tackle this. Let's see if it gives us any grief. So I've already got gaskets out, so these two go here. One that goes there, one that goes here. So Lexus uses like circular gaskets to seal. So obviously it's kind of like a slip-on. It goes inside of here. God bless it, this is fucking difficult. Alright, so this like little flange goes inside of the what the fuck it's called, catalytic converter. And it seals it, and it looks like I can kind of see some soot, if you will, over on the edges right there, which would make sense on the gaskets, because if you look at the gaskets, they're both pretty black on some of the edges. So I already know that I have an exhaust leak. I presume this is probably part of it. To get to this, there's 2 bolts. So you got 1 bolt there, 1 bolt there, 1 bolt there, 1 bolt there. Pretty easy. Like I said, I already sprayed WD-40. They also have this like hanger thing that goes here. It is that massive pile of shit. It literally, I think, is just supposed to hang. Whoa. I think it's literally just supposed to hang the exhaust up so that you don't, like, it's not hanging down and causing you to scrape, I guess, would be my guess, but whatever. It looks like it's not detrimental to anything other than the exhaust, which, again, is not detrimental to how the car really runs. So I'm gonna take it off because it just seemed kind of pointless. So I'm gonna do that for now, and then probably just put the gaskets back in. Always make sure whenever you buy parts, I've made this mistake too many times, which is why I'm telling you guys, and I'm sure some of you guys do it. Always make sure that your parts match up and line up and are the right size. They look to be the right size, so I think we're good. I'm gonna go ahead and reinstall these, and here's a funny tidbit of info. The previous owner must have gutted the cat, because I don't see any honeycomb in there. All I see is the O2 sensor. So that explains why it really stinks, I guess. Lols were had, but this is the driver's side. Passenger side looks the exact same. God, fucking shitballs, guys. You get the point though, right? Yeah, fucking gutted. Weird. Well, okay. Guess I'll install this. Which is kind of funny because I was going to gut it anyways, but guys, so I have the steering rack bushings out. They actually look like they may have been replaced at some point, because it says 163,000. I mean, that's still looking not half bad. So this is the way that I did it. You obviously got to remove down here. There are 17, so you got a hole right there, and then one on top. You can actually tell. Fuck. You can actually tell right there. And then this fucking phone, why can't it ever just fucking, there we go. So you got those. Gotta take that off, which is, I don't know where it went. The clamp, oh, the clamp's right here, duh. It's not really a necessity to have it connect to the power steering lines. I'm probably gonna take that off because, to be honest, it's just in my way. So yeah. But you unbolt them, so you unbolt those, you unbolt these two, which is, again, one here, and then one here. And those are 17s as well. You will need a wrench as well as a socket set, or like I have an impact, so it makes things a little bit easier. I then took a BFP, big fucking pry bar. BFH is for big fucking hammer, for those that don't know. And then there's LCH, LRCH, whatever. Took the pry bar, jammed it in between here, the rack, and then zip tied it right here with 3 zip ties. That way it gives you enough clearance. And you literally just take, you can start with like the ball peen hammer and just like lightly tap it, and then it'll start coming out. And then I just use this big ass extension. It is a big ass extension. And then boom, hit in there and pushed it out. And then went right here. If there was light, you'd be able to see. There's not, because for some reason iPhone doesn't allow you to turn on flashlight while mid-recording. Then you can kind of see right there. So yeah, I'm gonna go get the new bushings and reinstall. Alright guys, so these are the Figs solid steering rack bushings for SC300 and 400. They are aluminum. And the reason why you just saw me grab them out of the freezer, because aluminum does shrink when it is cold. These are actually still pretty fucking cold. So it'll just help slip in a little bit better. I also have some silicone spray, which I don't know if is going to do anything, but it does help lubricate, so fuck it. And then also some WD-40, and we're gonna try to get it in. I don't have a shot press, but Fig says it's no longer required to have one. So I'm gonna clean out the old bushing real quick, or not the old bushing, but the old where it's supposed to be pressed into, and then kind of go from there, hopefully before it warms up, or at least the bushings do. Yes, so I finally got the Figs bushing, solid bushings in. It definitely took a little finessing. Basically what I did is I just put them in there. I didn't like clamp them down or anything. God, what's an easy way to explain this? I didn't press them in at all. All I did was I kind of put them in there, and then I put the bolt in there and the nut, and then started fucking hammering it with my impact, and it eventually just pressed them in. Probably after about a couple good impacts, like a solid 4 to 5 seconds on the impact gun, and then let go. Did it again. So I probably did that I think like 3 or 4 times I did that, and it finally like pushed them all the way in. This one was being a little bugger and being a real fucking pain in my ass. But it went in. Can I get a better view? Come on, where you at there, daddy? Alright, hold on guys. I'm gonna put you like this. So this one, said was being a little bugger. So what I ended up doing, was actually put the bolt through this way, and then put the nut on top. Instead of, it's supposed to be like this on this side as well. So there's a horizontal one where the nut is supposed to be in here, and then there's a vertical one where the nut is supposed to be in here. As far as I know, it actually isn't bad that I did it this way. I don't see it being, again, detrimental to anything. Just to save yourself some time, this is probably the way I would recommend doing it. I wouldn't worry too much about actually pressing it in, using a press. Just be somewhat gentle in the way that you not screw it in, but as you start bolting it in, make sure it is going in straight. It doesn't really have much of a choice, but still, you don't want to fuck up your $35 solid steering rack bushings. So those are in. I've just got to button up a few things. Exhaust gaskets are in. The rear one I have not done yet, at least as far as like being back there. Yeah, there's one like way back there that you can't see. That one back there. So hopefully all of this stuff works. And then, like I said, I've got the white line bushing kind of already in. That's right here. This is the passenger side. Again, there's not any way to really have it be solid. So it's just a polyurethane one that white line makes. And then, like I said, these are figs. This, if you're wondering what this connector is, basically it plugs into this solenoid up here, which is the power steering like assist, if you will. So at low speeds, because these things are such freaking tanks, and obviously this was marketed more towards the younger generation, well, not younger, but older generation, but kind of got that younger sports coupe styling. These things are, like I said, fucking tanks, so it assists at low speed steering so that people can park them properly without having to do it like a 15-point, turn, U-turn. If you disconnect it, I just disconnected it for the time being, just to see if I like it with full steering, I guess you could say, with no assist. And then, if you come over here, whoops, there is another solenoid right here. So a lot of times that will, there's two vacuum hoses on it. If you can't really see it, but because it's covered in dirt. But there is two vacuum hoses to it. And this is the idle up assist. Another steering assist that Lexus came up with. And so basically when you turn the steering wheel, I don't know if you guys have ever noticed, but it will idle up to prevent it from kind of bogging down when you're at lock. Basically I'm gonna end up capping that off, so these two vacuum hoses actually run up to the intake manifold, and then you end up screwing out this solenoid, because if you were to just pull these off and then cap them, there's still pressure going through there, because it is kind of like a banjo fitting, if you will. And because of that, wow, I don't know why I'm not just doing it like this. Holy shit. Work smarter, not harder, guys. So, yeah, basically, you remove this whole solenoid right here. And this is a banjo bolt, so the oil pressure or power steering fluid goes through here, connects like the fucks with the solenoid. Goddamn, I can't think of it. I'm gonna pull a Jeremy Clarkson and say magic happens. But again, if you cap them, it doesn't do anything, and it will actually, from the pressure, blow the caps off, and then it'll just be gushing out power steering fluid. So I'm going to pull this off completely, the solenoid, and if you get an M14 by what is it, 114 or 14 by 1.5 is a thread pitch, like a drain plug or something, one that doesn't have a hole in it. You can end up capping it off and then cap those two vacuum hoses. The vacuum hoses, I know someone's gonna ask. The vacuum hoses come up through here. Oh, I should probably zoom out. Come up through here. Where's my hand? There's my hand. And you can kind of see, maybe. Anyways, these two, this hose and this hose, sorry. So this hose goes dead in the middle of the block. So you can pull this off, cap it, and then this one to the intake tube. Pull that off, cap it here, completely remove the vacuum hose itself, and then pull that solenoid off, and you are good to go. And then you don't have the assist. Like I said, it's since this is going to be a drift car, I don't really care to have it, and so I'm going to keep it off. So yeah, that is pretty much it. I am concluded for the day. I'll be back with you guys here shortly, and that is it.